Nigeria's Deputy Senate President Senator Barau has urged students across the country to back President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term, highlighting key reforms in education as evidence of progress. Addressing participants at the 45th anniversary of the National Association of Nigerian Students in Abuja, Barau said the administration's policies, including the introduction of student loans, reflect a strong commitment to tackling challenges in the sector. Meanwhile, NANS President Olusola Ladoja called on students to remain committed to justice, unity and courage while promoting leadership that can drive meaningful national transformation. The Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, who stood in for the president, commended NANS for their outstanding role in advocating for students and confronting injustice, has built a lasting legacy for Nigerian youth. The Deputy Senate President was, however, presented an award for his impact as a lawmaker, particularly to Nigerian students.
Across decades, Nigerian students have stood firm, speaking truth to power, defending democracy, and demanding accountability. Indeed, the story of NANS is deeply intertwined with Nigeria's democratic journey. For all what we pass through to a true democracy in this country, NANS has been part of it. Through the Nadeko era, all the troubles we faced when we fought seriously to bring about democracy in this country. NANS has been at the forefront. Many of the freedoms we enjoy today were championed by courageous students who believe in a better Nigeria. Many of today's leaders were shaped by the discipline, activism, and the ideals of student unionism. I'll give an example. The current leader of the Senate was NANS president. And so honest. This is why this gathering is not only very ceremonial, but symbolic. To remind us of our past, challenges our present, and inspire our future. Distinguished comrades, ladies and gentlemen, beyond politics, we must ask ourselves, what kind of Nigeria, and indeed Africa, we want to build? We cannot achieve a prosperous, stable, and globally competitive nation or continent without investing deliberately in our youth. It's like we are not going anywhere else what to achieve what I've just mentioned. Education remains the most powerful tool for national transformation. We must continue to expand access, improve quality, and align education with the realities of a modern, dynamic world. Our young people must be equipped not just with certificates, but with skills, innovation, and entrepreneurial capacity. We must listen more to our youth, support their aspirations, and remove the barriers that limit their potential. Please let me sound hopeful. Before this period, you find everybody going out to look for jobs after graduation. But that's not what is in vogue in the contemporary world. We should look inwards and try to build what we learned into starting something that will make us employers of labor. Look inwards and begin a startup. If you are a medical, if you are a doctor, look towards setting up your own medical practice. If you are an engineer, try to begin to think of starting a startup. You've heard about guys who have become billionaires. They just even from the university or the land. They try to bring entrepreneurship into the learned in schools. In their schools, and they are now multi-billionaires. So what's involved as we speak in the contemporary world is to bring entrepreneurship in what you learn from school and start up your own business. I am a good example. I only worked for 2 years in my life. I've been using what I learned from school to set up my businesses, and this was what brought me to where I am today. But today, this kind of change in the entire world is well pronounced. Please let us not go there thinking that we need to be employed. Let us look at a way that we shall become self-employed. Self-employed and become an employer of labor. I didn't think so. I must commend the proposed leadership of President Tinubu, whose administration under the New Hope agenda has taken bold steps to reposition the education sector and empower Nigerian youth. Key among these is the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, which is expanding access to higher education. The study of new tertiary institutions, so many have been established in my village. I've been opportune and convinced Mr. President, and I've been able to take a university to my hometown, Federal University of Science and Technology.
It is with immense pride, deep humility, and unshaken sense of responsibility that I stand before you today as the President of National Association of Nigerian Students (NANS) on this historic occasion, marking 45th year anniversary of our collective struggle, resilience, and impact. Today is not just an anniversary, it is a celebration of movement. A movement that has stood at the front line of Nigeria's democratic evolution. A movement that has refused to be silent. A movement that has continued to shape the conscience of our nation. From the inception of NANS, as the National Union of Nigerian Students notes, to our glorious day of Ali Must Go, to contemporary struggle for justice, access, and equity in education, NANS has remained in symbols of resilience, courage, and progressive engagement. Reflecting on our journey, when we assume office, we were confronted with a fundamental question: can NANS rise again? Today, the answer is clear. NANS has not only risen, NANS has regained its voice, its strength, and its credibility. We restore stakeholders' confidence in NANS, evidenced by the presence of over 10 former NANS presidents at our inauguration and the turn-up in today's event. We establish and expand an inclusive National Executive Council, bringing together NANS leadership, zonal coordinators, and key national student bodies, such as National Association of Polytechnic Students, National Association of University Students, and National Association of College of Educational Students, and students. Because unity is foundation of effective leadership, standing for students when it matters. We have demonstrated leadership through action. 1. Resolve the Ambrose Ali University NYC crisis. 2. Ensuring justice in FUTA for the first-class graduate without JAM mobilization controversy. Intervention of JAM system glitch. We successfully marked International Students Day in the campus last year, November. We reward excellence with cash prize, laptop to outstanding students, and recognize global academic achievement by Nigerian students. We conduct a nationwide campus welfare, directly engaging students and amplifying their voice in all campuses across the nation. We lead national anti-drug abuse campaign, mobilize students against economic sabotage in the refinery sector, and maintain strategic engagement with key stakeholders, including the Federal Ministry of Education and NELFON and TELFON. We also intervene in NELFON reform issue that some schools deny our students, but within short period we are able to resolve all this. We restored student unionism in schools like Unilag that have not been able to have student union for the past 15 years. Imo State University that have not had union for the past 10 years. And most importantly, we restored the unity across all NANS structure nationwide. We secured NANS affiliation with Pan-African Youth Union and restored leadership role in the All-African Student Union, which the national president of All-African Student Union is also from Nigeria, is here, Comrade Igwe Osisibu. NANS at 45 is celebration of legacy and excellence. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this anniversary is not only about reflection, it is also about recognition and celebration of excellence. As part of historic occasion, there will be a special anniversary dinner and award tonight, later this evening, when 45 distinguished Nigerians will be honored. This honor cuts across critical stakeholders of nation development include state governor, captain of industries, vice chancellor, rectors and provosts, dean of student affairs, student union president, living legend and past hero of NANS, head of ministry, department and agency. This recognition is in commemoration of their outstanding contribution to education, youth development.
I'm standing in a two platform here as a minister of youth, as part of you, and you will see that this government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the only government that recognizes NANS and recognizes comradeship. And I will tell you the reason. You have two of yours that is in this government. You have the first time we have an SSA to the president of the student that is real youth and it's also a comrade. As the former NANS president, you have me as a minister of youth, which have never happened before. And that is why I can just walk into your ministerial like. Because it's not the proper minister. If you want to see proper minister, you see Minister of Agriculture. And I'm standing in for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And these are the times that NANS will call on the President and the President will answer. This is the time that NANS, this is the President of this country. This is the time that you can walk into the Chief of Staff of this President and the President can send a representative attesting to the letter which we can give to you that you need to represent well in this 45th anniversary of NANS. And let me also thank my brother, my colleague, my friend, which we believe together in loyalty. And that is why NANS is different today. I always say that God will continue to bless you. I bring a warm greeting from His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our own father, which you can't scare, and which a lot of stories have been talked about NANS, partisan, APC. This is not APC. NANS will never be partisan. But when you see, you talk. When you have a responsive government, we align. When we have people that we can see and advise, we move further. As we celebrate this 45th anniversary of the National Association of Nigerian Students, today, NANS is celebrating 45th of courage. And people like Obesukutu, I always like to see him on stage. A lot of people, a lot of new comrades does not know Obesukutu. But he has said it the other time, that if you are involved, when the military are in charge, you will know what is called NANS. This is a 45th of advocacy. This is a 45th of being the voice of all Nigerian youths outside the council of youth. This is a 45th of NANS that has been more of not just association. It is a movement that has been in and out of government and also in the civil society and private organization. This has been a movement that are shaping a conversation and have brought together a huge numbers of prominent Nigerians that we are now at the table of decision making. This is a movement that challenges injustice. If there is any movement today that challenges injustice, it's NANS. A carried hope of millions of Nigerian youths. Today, we are celebrating legacy of some of us that have been parts of the government. And for all those people that we are still looking forward to, this is more important that we look into the future of our young people, which started as a student. NANS is not just a NANS. It is a bigger responsibility that any government must look into. It is more challenging. It is demanding to grow. But we are putting it straight forward. That is not to be a NANS of fight, cutlass and hoes and guns anymore. It is a NANS of intellectual. It is a NANS of vision. And it's a NANS of creativity. The Nigerian students must rise to meet a lot of challenges in front of us. You are not just a leader of tomorrow again. I'm standing in front of you as a leader of today. And I'm an example and as a leader of today. You are a partner in the national building. This administration are listening to you. The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have heard your cries. That is why we are making deliberate investments in youth development. That is why we will not take for granted net fund. That is why anybody that wants to raise net fund should go and queue for the next 50 years. We are raising an access to learning. We are government that build on capacity, not alone. We cannot do it. Hope you know we are together in this. The future depends on you. Please organize, innovate, and lead with integrity. Let NANS remain a force of constructive engagement, a voice to build, not to divide. The platform that offers solution, not criticism, not courtesy. A mark of 45 years of impact. Let us use this movement to create a purpose for what we want and renew our commitment for unity of excellence as the national progress of our Father on behalf of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I've said it personally now, not President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Any government that wants to shape the life of the young people will look beyond today and tokenism.
To commend the leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, particularly Comrade Olushola Oladoja, for sustaining a platform that continues to represent the voice and aspirations of Nigerian students. It is a pleasure to join you as we mark the 45th anniversary, and I'm honored by this recognition from NANS. Today is a celebration of history and a celebration of potential. 45 years of resilience, advocacy, and sustained commitment to the Nigerian student and the future of our nation. The story of NANS mirrors that of Nigerian youth, resilient, assertive, and forward-looking. With over 60% of the Nigerian population under the age of 25, the strength of our nation lies in the energy, creativity, and potential of our young people. This presents a significant demographic advantage, a large, dynamic, and highly adaptable population capable of driving innovation, productivity, and sustained economic growth. That advantage, however, must be deliberately harnessed. It requires education systems that evolve, job creation that keeps pace, skills aligned with the modern economy, and infrastructure and opportunities that expand accordingly. As a ministry, playing a critical role in shaping and evolving the student environment, we are undertaking a deliberate transformation of agricultural research institutions and colleges, strengthening their capacity to develop and scale practical innovations that respond to the realities of farming communities and the demands of a changing climate. Our priority is to graduate students with skills to apply this research, solve real agricultural problems, align with development needs, and drive the transformation of our agri-food systems. We believe that the future of food security depends not only on inputs and funding, but on skilled people who can innovate, adapt, and lead. And this lies with our Nigerian students. In agriculture, the opportunities are significant and evolving. The sector remains the single largest contributor to Nigeria's economy, accounting to approximately 25% of gross domestic product and employing a substantial share of our population. Agriculture today goes beyond traditional methods. It is increasingly driven by knowledge, science, and precision. Across Nigeria, we are seeing real innovation emerge from precision agriculture and soilless farming to the use of drone technology, waste-to-value solutions, and the emergence of digital marketplaces connecting producers directly to markets. This momentum is making agriculture more efficient, more structured, and more attractive to young people, and it is steadily positioning Nigeria within the global shift in agricultural development. Nigeria is not only participating in global conversation on food security and development. Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's sustained commitment and support for the agricultural development has made some platforms such as the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, Governing Council, the apex decision-making body of the organization, has after 2 decades once again taken place at the highest level. This reflects my appointment as the chairman of the Governing Council of IFAD for the next 2 years. This has placed a confidence in our country and reinforces a simple fact: Nigeria can lead, and we are leading on the global stage. I am also deeply honored by the award and recognition by the leadership of the Nigerian Association of Nigerian Students. I received this recognition as a reminder that the real work is ongoing and our responsibility to create opportunities, strengthen systems, and deliver results for young Nigerians must remain constant. Aluta continua. This struggle continues, and it must. I congratulate NANS students on this milestone and the legacy it presents. Thank you.